She watched her father murder her mother, and decades later, her mom and dad showed up in this reading to explain what truly happened that night. This is a story of a message from the other side that shattered the silence and actually started the healing.
Do you want to know everything? What your heart won't say, but your soul can sing. From love to loss and the space between, she's got the light to lift the unseen. Hope, healing, and transformation. Do you want to know everything? Do you want to know everything?
My name is Lisa Williams, and welcome to Hope, Healing, and Transformation. What if the last thing that you saw before your mother died was your father holding the weapon? What if you were just a child, powerless, frozen in time, and the woman who gave you life was taken right in front of you? Now, that's the story that you're about to hear, but it's not just a story of loss. It's a story of what happens when the soul reaches through the veil, when the mother finds a way to speak long after her voice was stolen. Today's episode is not for the faint-hearted. It's for the broken-hearted. For anyone who's ever wondered if healing is possible after trauma this deep. Trust me, it is. So let's dive in. Okay, so my question to you, Angela, is do you want to know everything?
Everything.
Okay, great. So I've got this energy of a mother. Would there also be a father in spirit as well for you too?
Yes.
Okay, because I have a gentleman, all of a sudden, as I mentioned your mom, I wanted to say that I also have your dad as well. I want to talk to mom first of all. She's letting me know that there's this feeling of not being able to see you or not growing up, or there was a feeling that you I don't know whether you missed a lot with her or you missed a lot in childhood or you missed a lot in this space, but she's showing me that you missed a huge amount with her. Is that right? And I feel like you were quite young when she passed away.
Correct. Yes.
What I'm being shocked, thank you very much. She's also given me the word tragic as well. So there was a big tragedy about this. And what she's letting me know is that this was through no fault of her own, but she feels that this was a very big tragic situation. Your mom feels like she was the victim of somebody else's hand, whether it was a murder but it feels to me as though she was part of I'm just going to say it, I feel as though she was murdered. Sorry.
She was.
Okay. I'm so sorry. Are you okay with me exploring this?
Yes.
Okay. And all I heard, before you said yes, all I've heard was, she wants you to. This is why she's here. So, it's like, and this is it. Your mom, I feel, is very, very caring, very sweet. There's a great way about her. And do you understand that your mom knew the person that took her life?
Yes.
Because she's letting me know that she knew the person that took her life.
Yes.
She's also letting me know here, and this may not be something that you're aware of, or it may be. Were you there at the time that her life was that she was killed?
Yes.
Because she's telling me that you were there, and I feel as though you witnessed it.
My sister and did. Yes.
Yeah, she's showing me how you witnessed it and you were part of this.
Yes.
And she is so very, 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 very sorry. However, what she's letting me know is the fact that because you witnessed it, you have now gone on to either help other people or you help people understand it. It's like you've used it in your later years to actually help a lot of people. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Her life was taken by another gentleman, correct?
Yes.
Was this your dad by any chance?
Yes.
Because I feel like, here's what it feels like for me. I feel like she was taken, I feel like a murder-suicide here. Now, I'm not saying that he killed himself, but it feels to me as though he lived, and the way he is in spirit is when there's a lot of remorse, there's a lot of, he lived with this, and I feel like it ate him alive. It was like there was a deep feeling that it kind of killed him alive. And I feel, were you 4 years old by any chance?
I was 4.5.
Right, because he just kept showing me you being 4.
Wow.
Gosh, I'm so sorry. Okay, I've just checked in, and they've just said, no, she needs to hear this.
Yeah.
I have to tell you, none of this was your fault.
Right.
Because there's something that you have felt, even when you were younger, that you felt like you carried it, or I could have changed it. Should I have changed it? La, la, la. And in fact, your mom is letting me know that she was standing up for her children. Your mom was a ruthless woman, and I mean it very strong. She was like the one, do not hurt my children, because I do feel that your dad had massive rages in his alcoholism.
Yes.
And
toward her.
What he showed, oh my gosh, what I'm actually being shown here is that his rage that night, and it may have been a night because it feels like it was a night.
Yes.
It feels like, and I've got chills as I talk about it, was over something petty, was over something silly. Now, can I also ask, was your dad having an affair, or was there talk about having an affair or somebody else being in someone's life?
There were stories that I've heard about him wanting her to do certain things with other men at the bar.
Okay.
But that's hearsay. Like, it's...
Okay.
I also heard she was gonna leave him. Before
we go down those pathways, because she literally just said, I'll tell you the full story. But there was talk about some form of, I'm going to say, sexual activities that it felt like it didn't always, that stuff didn't always go on in a marriage, in a committed relationship, is what she's showing me here. Mm-hmm. She just said that she wasn't expecting him home that night, or there was a feeling of, I don't know whether he came home unexpectedly or he came home. It was like his routine was off. Okay. And that's what I've just been shown. Now, in my mind, I'm just going to share what's happening for me is I can feel your dad here. Mm-hmm. And it's almost like he's just sitting and allowing this to unfold. But I do feel that I'm going to get dad's point of view in a moment. Okay, so I'm just going to let you know that. But with your mom, what I feel here is there was a huge amount of pressure. She'd been talking to other people as well. She'd been talking to some people.
Right.
And she just said, your dad found out.
That's what we were thinking.
Your dad found out. And with your dad finding out, it caused a big eruption. He blew into the house. He blew into where you guys were all living. I feel like she died in the kitchen, is what she's showing me.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
And I feel like that she made her way there, but I feel like she was trying to get something of defensiveness. Mm-hmm. All right. Because what she was showing me is like a knife, mm-hmm. but I don't feel as though she had the knife available for her. Right. I don't feel as though she had it.
Right.
Because I have your dad coming through. I feel as though he passed much later on in life.
Yeah.
And I do feel that he had to live with this, is what he's saying to me, that actually he lived with the nightmare, is what he's telling me. Mm-hmm. he lived with the nightmare, and he didn't deny it. So he's making me aware that he did not deny this at all.
He denied it was done on purpose until the day he died.
Well, he is not denying that it happened.
Okay.
He said, and he's just sat forward and put his hands up. So I don't know whether he would often sit forward like this, but it's like
Yes, he would.
an intensity. Okay. He sat forward with an intensity, and it's like, I want to look you in the eyes.
Right.
And I do feel that he had a depth within his eyes, like a deep, you could almost see into his soul with your dad. There's just the depth. That night is a night that he wished that he could rewrite. It's been very hard for him to live with. And he said, I hope you understand that when I say I'm sorry, I truly mean it. Did he hit her that night as well?
He hit her a lot, all the time.
Right, because he's showing me he hit her at some point. And what he's then showing, did he only shoot her once?
I believe so. I believe it was once.
Because he's showing me it was only once. But it was at close range.
Yes, it was. According to the documents, he was over her.
He was over her, because he's showing me that he had the gun almost on her body. Okay. And he said it was in the middle of the chest.
He's actually being truthful right now.
Yep, it was in the middle of the chest. And I feel that he was standing with his legs apart. Okay, now I see it. I'm seeing that he was standing with his legs apart, and he was hovering over her. She was on like a sofa or something.
Correct, she was, yes.
And he's standing. And he said, when I pulled the trigger, I didn't realize I'd pulled the trigger. He said, I didn't realize I pulled the trigger when I pulled the trigger. And then she slipped out under his legs. So she slipped out. His legs were at a V. And she slipped out, and it was like she crawled out. She crawled out, or she came out.
Okay.
And he said, and fear hit me. He said, and then I saw her on the kitchen floor. She made it into the kitchen floor.
Okay. I'm glad he's telling that part.
And then she looked at me with fear in her eyes, because he followed her. And then she was gone. It was like she bled out. Your dad wants to say he's so sorry for this. And he's saying that there has been forgiveness. There has been deep forgiveness. And I will tell you, they're not together in the afterlife.
They're not.
There's a big, they are talking together here, but there is not a togetherness.
So she didn't go back to him.
The togetherness is,
which is good.
No.
She got to leave him.
Yeah, the togetherness is very separate. Normally when I feel people who have, even though they passed, years apart, but they were together, I feel like this exceptional closeness. There is definitely a boundary between them, which I feel is very important to share that with. And he just said, I saw my life flash in front of my eyes in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like he could have chosen a different path.
Right.
And he said, in that moment, none of it made sense.
Right.
None of it made sense. And I truly feel here that while I am seeing him doing what he did, I don't believe that he had an awareness, a conscious awareness about what was happening.
Mm-hmm.
And I truly believe that as much as he didn't have a conscious awareness, it didn't stop him intentionally doing it. Thank you. And as I said that, he said it was meant to be a threat to her. I didn't expect, it's like he didn't expect the rage to take him that way.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because it was that gunshot that pulled him out of that rage that made him freak out.
Right. Right.
Because he said, I could never kill your mom in cold blood. Right. Even though it seems that, he said, I couldn't. Mm-hmm. He actually loved your mom so much.
Mm-hmm. I do believe that, actually. I do.
Yeah, I agree with that. I believe that he loved her so much.
And she loved him so much.
Yeah. And they were kids.
Yeah, they were very young.
You know, he's just
very young.
They were very young.
Yes.
And you know what? Your dad could be funny. Your dad could be a funny guy.
Oh, he was extremely funny. He was.
Hilarious personality.
Very no holds bar. He had no filter no matter what it was.
Yeah, he could be very, very funny. Had a lot of friends. He had a real good life, you know, and what he's showing me is that he had an opportunity. I don't know whether he loved working on cars, but I've just been shown vehicles.
He liked driving.
I keep being shown.
He liked driving them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, because he's just shown me vehicles, and he was showing me how your mom was the prettiest person he's ever seen.
She was gorgeous.
You know? Yeah. And he's showing me here that there is very little that he can do now, but he hopes that you are able to forgive him, and that you recognize how difficult it was for him to live his life. Mm-hmm. And he's showing me some time. I'm assuming that he was incarcerated, because he's showing me some time that he was incarcerated.
Correct.
Here.
Correct.
And he really did have, that was very eye-opening for him. That was exceptionally eye-opening for him. And it wasn't a tough time. It wasn't an easy time for him. It was very, very tough. Mm-hmm. But he's just said, I'm okay. And he said, I guess God had a plan. I guess God had a plan. And I just feel a huge amount of love for you. And they've just said, it's time to be brave and write the book. Are you planning on writing the book?
God, are you kidding? My sister and I have talked about it for years. But just haven't started it or anything.
Well, it's time to be brave and start the book.
And who said that?
It was like a collective.
Wow.
It was like a collective. I feel like it was more from your grandmother and your mom. But it's time to be brave and write the book.
Well, that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah. Do you have any other questions or anything else that you want me to look at?
Just let my mom know that I miss her. And I've missed her for my whole life. But But I'm glad to hear all of
She's
that.
just said, yeah, she's just said that she has been there for every major part of your life.
I'm glad.
She has been there for every major part of your life, and that you have to know that she's with you. Do you ever see butterflies and link them to your mom?
I've never related them to my mom,
Right.
and I've always felt that she's never come to me, ever.
Well, she definitely has come to you. And even though you haven't seen her or felt her in the way that you would wanted
Yeah.
to, she's come to me, and I'll tell you the reason why. Earlier on, when I was just getting ready to do the reading, I got changed and I had to grab these butterfly earrings. And I was like, why am I grabbing these butterfly earrings?
Right.
And I heard it's because of me. And immediately I was like, who's mom?
Right.
And that was it. So
I'll have
I'm
to
going to say, look out for her now.
I'll have to ask an aunt or so
Yeah.
about the butterfly.
Yeah. Watch out for that. I'm so glad that I was able to bring her through.
Thank you. You
And,
said some things that are just amazing that, I mean, there's no way you would have known. The book, especially the book.
Can I ask a couple questions?
yeah, of course.
Angela, do you mind?
No, I don't mind.
Okay, in the reading I saw, your father apologized for murdering your mother, but he never apologized for what he did to you and the rest of your life. Doesn't he owe you an apology?
He probably knows that I wouldn't accept it. I don't do well with apologies.
Let me dive into that.
That's a good point, though.
He's just said that you were in the best place. He said, I was in no place to be a father for you, and you were in the best place possible. You were given the best possible scenario out of this. I'm not saying that he's not sorry, but the words "I'm sorry" are very hard for him, and he's not something that he would say. I feel it, but in his mind, he's sorry for what happened, but he's also just said, you went to the best place. So it was almost like he's navigating that, if that makes sense. Is that his personality?
Yeah, I don't recall him ever apologizing for anything.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel it. I feel a sorrow. I feel a sadness. And I feel this.
Is he going to apologize now that he has the opportunity, or is he going to be a coward?
I don't think you're going to get the words "I'm sorry, Ray." I don't think you're going to get them. I think I feel remorse, so I have to tell you I feel it, and that is something that he feels. The words, he's just said the words can be empty. It's the feelings that matter.
All right. You also quoted him as saying, "I would never kill your mother in cold blood," and that's exactly what he did.
And that's a big word that's been used in my family
wrong?
as well. In cold blood.
Am I wrong?
It's true.
That's exactly what he did. So even now, he's denying that he did.
He's not denying what he did. He said, I'm actually giving you the truth. It wasn't cold blood. It was, there was a deep seated anger that got in him. And again, I have to go with what I'm feeling as a person. I feel there was so much anger inside of him. And at one point, he was putting the gun in my hand, and it felt like I just could go, and that it was like he was not aware that he was even doing that.
Angela, one last question I have for you. And in the notes I have, after he returned from prison, he received custody of you again. Is that true?
He didn't receive custody, but I never liked living with my grandparents on my mom's side. My grandma and I never actually created a bond.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't allowed to go to my mom's funeral. And I feel my grandma stopped me from being able to go because I was too young. and she had other kids to deal with, her own kids. And that's always like I never got to say goodbye.
Right.
And I always felt that was my grandma's fault.
Lisa, is Grandma still here? Can she apologize for what she did?
I literally just
Angela?
heard in response to Angela was I was doing what I thought was best.
Right.
I was doing what I
Right.
thought was best. And she realized
Right.
it was wrong. And I've just heard the word I'm sorry, but she was doing what she thought was best. And in that way, she was also trying to cope with her own loss. Is there anyone with the name of Rose or Rosa?
My daughter's name is Cheyenne Rose.
Okay.
It-
And is there anybody with the name of Mary or Marie or Maria?
My Aunt Mary.
Okay. Don't know why I just got those two names that were very important that I needed to come through.
Because my Aunt Mary would be the only one I would ever want to share me meeting you with, because my Aunt Mary knew of you too. And my
Right.
Aunt Mary was one that I have been able to confide in my whole life, and she died.
Right. Let me bring her in for a second. And did she have a significance about your daughter, or did she help you with your daughter a lot?
She was there when I had my daughter, and when I came home after my C-section years ago. My daughter's almost 33. She was there at a lot of my daughter's special occasions. My aunt lived with us a period of time.
Okay. That's what it is. What she's showing me here is that she wanted to give a lot of love to your daughter. Okay. So I don't know whether there's something going on with your daughter right now that she needs a little bit of love for.
Okay.
But your aunt here is just saying you did so much. She's so proud of you. She's so proud of you for what you've done. It wasn't always an easy life, but you always made the best out of it. You learned how to turn lemons into lemonade.
Correct.
And she is so proud of you for doing that. And she's just said to me that you doing this is healing generations. It's healing the history lineage. It's really healing so much. And she's really happy that you're doing that.
I bet she's surprised that I got to talk to Lisa Williams.
She said no, because you can do anything you put your mind to. You can do anything that you put your mind to. And she loves you very much.
I love her too.
Yeah, she loves you very much.
It's funny
Do you have any? I know, it's so funny because I was like, oh, hold on, I've just got to give you these two names. Do you have any other questions or anything else that you need me to go over?
Just tell my mom I love her and I miss her.
Well, she just said that she loves you and she's here for you
I
anytime.
wish she'd make her presence known. That would be
Right.
helpful.
I'm going to say,
Yeah.
look for her. She shows you the signs, but just look for her.
Okay, I will.
Some stories stay with you, and this one is one of them. Today we sat with grief in its rawest form. A daughter who witnessed the unimaginable. A mother whose spirit still found a way to say, I never left you. What you just heard wasn't just a reading, it was a reunion, a moment of truth, and a reminder that even in the darkest tragedies, love has the final word. And if this moved you, sit with that. Let it soften into you. Let it remind you that healing is never out of reach, no matter how broken the path seems. And if you're holding on to your own pain, know this: Spirit doesn't forget you. Love doesn't stop at the end of life. And you, my friend, are never alone in your grief. Thanks for watching.
Do you feel the whisper in the back of your mind? Like the truth is waiting, but it's hard to find. Well, maybe there's magic in
Thank you so much for joining me today. And remember, the information shared on this podcast is meant to inspire and support you, but it's not a replacement for personalized advice from a qualified professional. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with someone who might benefit. And don't forget to tune in next time. Until then, take care and keep believing in something better.